seated posture here with the legs crossed. And then pull the flesh out from underneath us. Let's go and root down through the seat. So lengthen nice and tall and reach out to your right side. Take a deep, slow inhale, come all the way up. As we exhale, we're gonna press down through those hips to pull up. So this is a common theme throughout the practice, right? They're kind of reaching in opposite directions, pulling in opposite directions. And then again, we're gonna go over once we find that length and that pull. Only as far as feels good. Let's take your next inhale, come up slowly. And as we exhale, we're gonna gently twist with your left fingertips right behind you. You're up on those fingertips. And then we sort of press that arm in towards our spine like a kickstand, getting even taller. And again, you feel that lift in the pelvic floor, that suction in and up. And we twist from that navel point, spiraling up through the spine, gazing over the shoulder, and breathe deeply into those internal organs. And into that twist. All right, holding on to that thigh or knee, we're going to reach up with that left arm and then press down to pull up through that side, gently, gently over. Get that nice stretch again. So we keep those legs rooting down. Now on the other side, as we inhale, come up. As we exhale, we're going to bring that arm across or all the way around here, holding onto thighs or knees, and then around through that upper back, tuck the chin, deep cleansing breaths here into the mid upper back area between the shoulder blades. Again, nice cathartic ha's out through the mouth. Use your vocal cords, that throat chakra. Wake it up a little bit and feel that release. From there, bring your hands together and reach your fingertips up towards the sky, elbows up as we inhale. Exhale, bring your elbows in, fingertips forward. Feel that nice internal rotation. Breathe here. Keep your neck neutral, or you can tuck the chin if it feels good. Going to release those arms. And then take a nice deep inhale, slowly up towards the sky, palms to prayer. And as we exhale, we can circle gently those arms around us. Come onto the fingertips behind you. So we're up onto them again. Wrists are up off the ground. Palms are up off the ground. We lift the heart and chest up. Inhale. Roll those shoulders back. Lift the sternum up. And exhale. We're going to gently bow forward, fold. So take a moment here. A lot of these forward folds are very stilling and quieting to the mind. So we'll just take a moment, maybe rest your forehead onto something, a prop, or maybe your fists here, wherever feels good, but keep those sits bones rooted down. And if you're not even coming towards the floor, that's okay. You can just let your head hang and breathe deeply into your back body and permeate each and every cell throughout your whole back body. And if you're able to rest your head onto something, let the weight of your head be like a heavy bowling ball, sinking into the ground, releasing the neck and shoulders completely. Give the weight of the world, the weight on your shoulders, just give it to the earth. She's waiting for you to just give it up. And to embrace you and hold you. And slowly coming back. Take a moment, closing your eyes as you roll up. Observe and notice what you notice. And then slowly stretch your legs again out in front of you. We're going to switch the opposite leg in front or on top. Pulling the flesh out from underneath us. Again, rooting down through the seat. Let's reach out to your left side, to the deep, slow inhale up. And as we exhale, so we're pressing down to pull and stretch through the side even before we reach over. Now we can go a little deeper as we reach. And then roll the heart towards the sky, inhaling. Exhaling. Let's go ahead from here. We inhale, slowly come back up. And then exhale, gentle twist to your right. Right fingertips again right behind us. Pressing into those fingertips as we press that arm against the spine. Sit up nice and tall. Feel that pelvic floor suction up. And then twist from your core. So I actually feel this like the muscles here throughout the torso are like stretching and then twisting. So there's this pull and lift up before we twist. And of course that rooting down through the seat. And also pushing up through the crown of the head. One more breath here. From here, we're holding onto that thigh or knee and reach that right arm up. Inhale. Now press down through the seat as we pull up. So again, we feel the stretch before we even go over to the opposite corner of the room. When you're ready, slowly up. And again, let that arm sweep all the way around and cross over top. Holding onto your thighs or knees, around, push down through those legs and pull up through that upper back. There's that push and pull in opposite directions. Breathe. And then we're going to fold the hands together so that the arms stay crossed in that eagle position, in our eagle arm. Inhale, fingertips up towards the sky, elbows up too. So you can stretch those outer shoulders. And then exhale, bring your elbows in, fingertips forward. Couple breaths here into, again, the shoulders. And upper back. And neck. Release your hands. Slowly circle them up overhead. Deep breath in. Gathering energy, reaching up. Let's exhale, bring that energy back to the heart center. And then as we inhale, offer it back up towards the sky, to the universe. As we exhale, let's allow those arms to slowly float all the way around us. And then come onto fingertips once again behind us. Roll those shoulders back. Lift the heart and the chest up. Take another deep breath in, open through. Sternum up to the sky, arching up the back. And last time as we exhale, we're going to walk it gently forward, fold. And again, use whatever props may be available to you or your hands here if you can rest your head onto something. Relax the neck and shoulders completely. Breathe into the back body. Front and back, side to side, all the way down, all the way up. Let that prana, life force energy, and that light expand in every direction. And releasing that weight from your shoulders. Give it to the earth. Feel her hold and support you unconditionally. And see what becomes available to you as you become available to it. And here slowly making your way back up, keeping eyes closed, gaze inward once again. And let the legs come out. Wiggle it out. Come onto your hands and knees. Spreading the fingers out nice and wide, pressing into those fingertips and knees hip distance apart. And let's go ahead. Let's send the inner thighs up and back first. And again, feel that hollow cave, that lift and what is that? Like a parachute quality, lifting in and up. As we inhale, look up between your brows. And then as we exhale, let's look all the way around toward your tail. Stretch that neck. Gently inhale back to center, look up between brows. Keep that lift in your pelvic floor. Exhale, other side. It's like a stretch and a lift, right? When you're ready, inhale, back up to the center, look up between brows. And then as we exhale, let's go around, pressing into your palms and your fingertips here and your toenails and the tops of the feet round. And stay here, rounding into your upper back and mid back. Take a deep breath and expand side to side. Feel that stretch from your breath. And then exhale to a neutral position. Let's go ahead and move your hips a little bit side to side. And I want you to kind of explore here. So really in our yoga practice, allow yourself to be like a kid again. So give yourself that space to explore and play. So not worrying about what things look like, but just kind of feeling out for yourself what is needed, what feels good to you that day. And then maybe from here, kind of barrel around. So imagine your belly button is like a marble barreling around inside of a barrel, or circling around inside of a barrel. And again, this is open to play and your interpretation. So circle the other direction. And just letting ourselves be a little bit more loose and pliable here through the torso. And then from here, let's go ahead and bring the hips back. Let's bring your feet together and knees in a little bit closer. Actually, let's curl the toes under. Always a good idea to stretch those, that big toe extension. And then, well, unless you have an injury, then don't do it. But it's very nice to stretch out and encourage that big toe extension as we need it to walk properly. So breathe deeply. And we don't often get that stretch in our shoes. So it's a good idea to walk around barefoot as much as we can too. Again, just resting your head onto something here. If not the ground, you can put your hands or some sort of prop underneath your forehead. Breathe deep into your back body. Let it out. Give yourself to the earth. Surrender completely. Just allow yourself to see what comes out on the other side as we surrender. When you're ready, slowly come onto your forearms here. Actually, yeah, forearms, and circle the toes and ankles around. Circle the other way. It feels so good. It's like it becomes addictive. Let's let it out through your mouth. All right, from there, we're going to bring your legs long behind you, elbows out in front of you. It's a very natural thing that happens, though. Once you allow yourself to release out through the mouth and your vocal cords, it becomes very natural that it happens. Legs are really long, pressing into the tops of the feet, lifting up through those kneecaps, tailbone down towards the earth as we lift the heart center and again, that kind of suctioning or that sort of lifting quality through the front. So we're actually trying to create more space between the vertebrae here in the lower back by mobilizing mid and upper back more. And then also, again, with that downward energy pressing down through the tailbone. A couple of deep breaths here. Opening through our heart space as well. And we've also got this external rotation going on with the shoulders. So turning out from our shoulders here, just like we would in downward dog as well. And then from here, let's go ahead and come onto our fingertips. We're going to bring the hands really wide apart. So what, like even one hand out further than your mat. So nice and wide with the elbows up. I'm going to tuck the legs long, tuck the chin in, and we're going to inhale, lead from the back of your heart, lift the heart and chest up. And as we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, lead from your heart, and then the head comes down last. Let's do that again, undulating through your spine. Inhale, back of the heart leads. Your head comes up and your gaze up between the brows last. Exhale, lead from the front of the heart, and the head comes down last. One more time when you're ready. Press into those fingertips, lift those wrists. Inhale, come up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to gently turn and look over the shoulder, bring the opposite shoulder forward. So if we're looking over your right shoulder, that left shoulder is coming towards the ground. Inhale, slowly up. Again, very carefully and slowly here. Exhale, let's go to the other side. That right shoulder is going to come forward and down as we look over the left shoulder. Inhale, back to the center, lift through the heart, tail down, long legs, long lifted legs. Exhale, slowly down. And underneath, squeeze those triceps in, let's press it up. And as we exhale, let's go back to child's pose one more time. And resting our head onto something if possible. Maybe bring those arms behind us, palms facing up with the elbows and shoulders hanging forward. From here, we're going to root down through the legs, slowly roll up or curl up through our spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last thing to rise, and we can rest the hands onto the thighs or knees. Just take a moment, observe what you feel as you stack tall. And maybe take your inner gaze between the brows, with that spiritual eye that helps us to widen our lens and our perspectives. So we begin to see more holistically, full spectrum, out of the confinements of fear, but into a space of infinite love. And then from that place, we're going to root down through our legs here. As we inhale, let's reach up toward the sky. And lift the hips if you like, reach up. Exhale again, big circle around. Come on to hands and knees, spread fingers wide. Inner thighs lift up and back as we inhale, look up between the brows. And as we exhale, let's go and curl the toes, stretch them back down. We're facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Externally rotate through those shoulders. Protract the shoulder blades here, especially anytime you're weight bearing. So we're going to lift those shoulder blades up towards our ears. And then lift at the same time with the hips higher away from the shoulders, even if you need to bend those knees. Even if you need to come down onto your knees at any point, you can do that as well. Let's separate hands and feet nice and wide apart too. Just gonna walk it here in place. Loosen up the shoulders and the legs. And I've been really enjoying combining a few things here. So we're gonna bend the left knee, right leg straight, and we're gonna look, turn the head all the way over to the right under your right armpit. And then as you do the other side, same thing, turn your gaze to the other side. So we're also turning and stretching the neck here as we walk the dog a little bit. You're gonna keep your neck loose.
And then walk your feet forward when you're ready to the top of your mat. Bend into those knees as much as you like here. Hang your head gently, shake it side to side. Up and down. And then bend those knees a lot. Press down through those feet. And let's actually come up onto your thighs here so you can push against your thighs as much as you need and start to slowly roll up as we stack tall. Head is the last thing up, and inhale. We're going to lift up, and like a string is pulling you upward as you root down through your feet, like a string's pulling you up to the sky. We're going to look up, and then exhale. We're going to bend the knees and keep that chest lifted as we fold over the legs. And again, at the very end, the heart and chest, and then the head come down. Bending those knees as much as you need to. Press into the feet, rolling up. Inhale. One more time. And then again, as we exhale, we're going to bend the knees, butt back, lift the heart, gaze up. And then we're going to fold over the legs. When you're ready, one more time, press into those feet, inhale. This time as we exhale, we're going to stay here in Uttanasana. Slowly stacking tall. Inhale, reach up to the sky, palms to prayer. Urdhva Hastasana. As we exhale, circle the arms around and back to our heart center. Samastitihi. And here, plug into your feet again, into the earth, and feel the big toe mounds and the outer edges of your heels. Really root down. So you feel this, this line of energy coming up through the inner thighs, up through your core, into the crown of the head. When you're ready, we root down, reach back up, palms to prayer. Hook your right thumb on top. Look up. Exhale. Bring your thumbs to the third eye and then the heart center as you bow forward. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine here. Nice flat back. And exhale, deepen your fold. And you can come up as high as you need to for that too. From here, let's step your right leg back, a big, huge step back. Deep lunge gently. Come onto your right fingertips, left thumb to the hip crease. We're pulling that left hip in and back, and we're going to roll your heart towards the sky, left hand to your sacrum. You can gaze up or you can gaze down towards your right hand. Let's see if we can now sink through the hips, but lift that back thigh bone up. So again, however feels best for you here. Rolling the heart. And then go ahead and lower down onto your right knee. And we can kind of keep that twist here. You're welcome to stay here. Or maybe you can reach your right arm forward and slowly stretch your left arm back. And if that feels tight on your mid back here or your thoracic spine, just keep your left hand onto your sacrum here. Press into your left big toe mound and maybe put your right hand to the outside of the thigh. So now you can kind of lift up out of the, that twist through the thoracic spine and find the twist a little bit lower. So find again what feels best for you and then come back to center. From here, we're going to lift that back thigh bone up. Bend into that back knee. Press down to rise. So we're going to really strengthen the legs here. Inhale, maybe reach up. And as we exhale, let's go and slowly float the arms back behind us. Interlace the fingers, Yoga Mudra. Knuckles against the sacrum and bend your elbows back. Stretch the knuckles away when you're ready. Inhale here, stretch the back leg. Exhale, we hover the back knee towards the ground, only as low as feels good. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, we hover. Lift that core through the front of the pelvis. Inhale. And exhale, hover. From here, we inhale, keep stretching those knuckles away. Lift the heart. As we exhale, we're going to bow forward, keep those hips square. And then lift that back thigh as we bow the head and stretch all the way over, but we're not resting. Keep that big toe on the ground. We're not resting on the thigh. We want to lift our pelvis and our gut up away from the thigh. As we bow forward here, a couple breaths. Stretch those shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the hands down. Lower that right knee down. And let's bring the hands to the inside of the leg. We can come up onto your fists or your blocks here. And then this left arm and shoulder is pressing up against the inner leg line and that inner knee. And the inner knee is also pushing up against it. So sort of like what we did with our side crow core exercise there. We're pushing, we're hugging them together. And feel the hips engage strongly there. Now you're welcome to stay here or bring your hands forward a little bit. Elbows hugging towards each other slightly as we externally rotate through the shoulders. So again, we're not literally going to turn the hands out, but we're finding the rotation in the joint. So staying here, elbows hovering. Breathe deeply. If you want more, you can lift that back thigh. If you want more, you can mobilize through that back ankle, forward and back a little bit. Breathe. One more breath here. And then from here, we can stay here or lower down the knee. And slowly back up onto the fingertips as we inhale or on your fists. And then exhale, we're going to slowly stretch out that left leg. So wiggle that left leg forward a little bit. And we're going to drag that right thigh bone up and forward. We're going to externally rotate that left hip. So the toes that will actually turn out and then in. But again, that rotation is coming from the hip joint. Breathe. Loosening up through those hamstrings. And then once we find center here, let's bring that right thigh bone again up and forward. So we're constantly having to readjust those hips to keep them square and the spine neutral. You can be on your blocks or on your fingertips here. And see if we can find a nice little stretch that we can rest in. And let's listen to our breath. Again, softening, surrendering into this a little bit. But of course, if you ever feel that you've gone too far, you can always back off and then surrender where it feels most manageable. And again, just see what becomes available to you as you become available to it. And some of you may find that you want to also pull that left leg forward a bit. So wherever the stretch feels right for you. So you might find that bowing forward is not so good, but maybe pulling the leg forward more works better for you. Just find that balance and also bending that front knee, that left knee as much as you need to. Breathe deeply. Again, if you've gone too far, back off and breathe. And allowing that breath to help you be that space of unconditional love and compassion and understanding for whatever arises, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally. When you're ready, slowly inhaling slowly back up. As we exhale, lunge. Spread the fingers. Oh, actually, as we lunge, I'm going to fold my mat here lengthwise, give myself a little extra cushion, but you can do the same if you need. We're going to lean forward and see if you can bring that right foot towards your buttocks while you press your tailbone down towards the back of your mat. So we get a nice little quadricep stretch here. Now you can stay here. You might also like to grab the heel with your left hand or the foot. Now, if you're bringing the foot towards you, you want to lift your belly away from the floor, away from your thigh. And maybe even find a little twist, maybe a heart opener here. Whatever feels right for you. Or you can just stay forward and bow forward, relaxing your neck. Now releasing that. Press into your toes, lift the back knee, spread the fingers nice and wide, downward facing dog. Oh, so you might feel a little difference between the right and left side. Maybe. Spread the fingers, plug into the earth. Feel, notice any changes without any judgment or attachment. Just feel. Again, maybe appreciate and lower the knees. As we inhale here on our fourth, exhale, keep elbows above wrists. We're going to squeeze those triceps into your ribs. So we're going to go forward, knees, chin, chest to the ground, elbows stay above wrists. Press into those fingertips here as well. And then slowly come down onto your hips. Roll those shoulders back. Squeeze those triceps in. Legs are long as we inhale, cobra. Tailbone down. So everything's really conscious. Nice and slow. Exhale. From here, hands to this. Palms face down into the earth. Spread the fingers again. Press them down. Palms down. Tops of the feet down. Another deep breath here. Lengthen through our spines. Really nice and strong. Hugging the midline. Hugging. Feel those erectors along the spine really engage and help us here. Tail down. One more breath. Open the heart. Mobilize mid upper back. Exhale. Release. Let's turn your head to one side. You can rest your ear onto your hands. Breathe into back body. Hands underneath us, squeezing in. Press it up. Reverse the push-up. Either onto the knees or into full plank. We're going to take a half step forward, bend your knees a lot, hips up high into bear pose. Neutralize the spine first and then stretch the legs out into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sigh out through your mouth. Maybe take a flutter through the lips. I usually like to save that one for last because after that I feel like melting into Shavasana. Let's try it again. Exhale. I'll do that some more in a little bit. And then from here, let's go ahead and stretch your right leg. So we're going to come up on the tippy toes first. Right leg up towards the sky, outer thigh and pinky toe pointing down. So outer thigh rolling down as we inhale, get nice and high up on your standing leg. As we exhale, we're going to open the hip now, bend the knee, and then start to drag the heel towards the earth, gently, gently. One more breath, keep your shoulders square. Exhale, let's bring that knee towards your right armpit, all the way up. Get nice and high, like you're Spider-Man or something here. And then step that foot forward. And then from here, let's push off the back foot, push through that heel into warrior three. Now this right leg is pretty fresh, this right hip. So bend into that knee, hug the belly in, and maybe bring your hands to heart center. Find a little balance here. Warrior three. Push the heel away from the crown of the head and the crown forward, away from the heel. Lengthen and lift. One more breath. As we exhale, fold. Let's bring that left foot to meet the right. And forward fold. Rooting down through both feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. We've got one more side to go. Exhale, we're doing great. Feeling great. Root down through both feet. Inhale, slowly come back up. Lift the heart center. Palms to prayer. Exhale, circle them all the way around us. And back to the heart, Samastiti. When you're ready, deep breath in. Rooting down, reach up. Palms to prayer. And then exhale, sorry, hook the left thumb on top. Hands to the third eye and heart center as you bow forward, fold. Releasing the shoulders there. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. And exhale, deepen our fold. So we're going to take a big step back with your left leg. Huge step and lightly, quietly landing by bending into that front knee. Left fingertips underneath us. We're going to pull that right hip in and back. Roll the heart towards the sky, right hand to the sacrum. Excuse me. Bring those hips down. Lift the back thigh bone up. Hug the midline. Hug your pelvis. Hug your pelvic floor muscles in and up. Again, like a hammock or a parachute lifting in and upward. And then exhale, slowly release. From here, lowering, oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna keep that twist. Now we lower the left knee and curl the toes if you like, pressing into that right big toe mound. From here, if and when you feel ready, you can reach that left arm up. Maybe the right arm reaches back. Open the heart. So again, if you feel tension, too much tension here, maybe put your hand back to the thigh. And we're gonna push down into the big toe to lift up out of this a little bit and then find your twist. So find whichever one feels best for you. And then you can adjust it as you feel good or comfortable. You can go deeper. Breathe. And then from here, we'll gently, actually, let's bring your left hand down. Lift that back knee up again, and then bring the right hand down. And from here, bend into that back knee, press into both feet. Slowly, slowly rise, rooting that right big toe into the ground. Bend that back knee, inhale, stretch it up. Lift the arms, lift the heart, shoulders down. Exhale, float them back behind us. Interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb on top, bend the elbows, knuckles against the sacrum, elbows back. Open through the chest, keep rolling those shoulders back. Inhale when you're ready, stretch the knuckles away. As we, stretch the leg too. As we exhale, we hover that back knee. And again, inhale, only as low as feels good. Exhale. Keep that right big toe plugged in. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. Now we're going to stay low. Bow forward. Lift the back knee. Now lift your gut away from your front thigh as you stretch those shoulders up overhead. Cleansing, nourishing breaths here. Or towards the sky. Pull that right butt cheek in and back. Get nice and low. Keep lifting your core away from the floor. One more breath. Exhale. So again, there's that kind of opposite direction. So your hips are going down towards the ground, but your core is lifting up away from the ground. Lower that knee. Uncurl the toes. We come to the inside of your foot again, either onto fingertips or fists or your blocks here. We're going to press that right arm up against the leg, inner leg. And the leg is also pushing against the arm. They're hugging each other. And you feel that in your glutes, hopefully here in your hips, mobilizing your hip joint. Breathe deep. Again, you might stay here, or you might bring your hands out in front of you a little bit, elbows hugging in as we externally rotate those shoulders. Keep pushing the shoulder against that inner leg. Longer, smoother breaths. You're welcome to stay here or curl the back toes under, lift that back knee up, hugging your midline. Hips are sinking low, back thigh is lifting up high, core is lifting up high. Staying here or mobilize that back ankle forward and back. Breathing deeply. And last one. From here, lower that knee. And then come back up onto your fingertips in here. As we exhale, we're going to gently stretch that front leg out. So wiggle that right heel forward. And then we're going to bring that left thigh bone up and forward as we externally rotate that right hip out and then in. Out and in.
Breathe with it out and in. More time. And then from there, again, we're going to pull that left thigh bone up and forward. Lengthen through your spine as we inhale. Soften and surrender here as we exhale. Only to where it's manageable and where we can breathe deeply, soften into it, become more receptive. If you feel a hard edge where you're not so receptive anymore, that's when we want to back off. Again, allowing ourselves to trust in the process. To become available to learning, to growing, and to accepting. And to what may be on the other side of that. In our physical, there's this really interesting dynamic and relationship between the physical, mental, and emotional, right? So as we allow our bodies to soften, become more receptive, we're not as rigid and holding tightly to our preconceived thoughts or notions. We can also become more receptive to learn and grow mentally and emotionally as well. And vice versa. Perhaps as we become a little bit more available and open to learn and grow physically, mentally and emotionally, then our physical also begins to soften and not hold so tightly, all interwoven. Again, some of us might find that coming forward is helpful versus just folding forward. So find that balance that's just right for you. A couple more breaths here. Again, if you've gone too far, just allow ourselves to back away a little bit. Take baby steps. And it's the same for those mental and emotional processes, right? I want to just take baby steps to being open. And explore something outside of our usual realm, outside of our normal or usual thought patterns. Let down our guards and our triggers a little bit. Soften. One more breath here. Inhaling slowly. Making your way up and exhaling, lunge. Spread the fingers wide. From here, step back to downward facing dog again. Audible Uttanasana and feel what you feel. One more breath here. Exhaling when you're ready, lower the knees. Inhale, let's just line it up here. Stack your elbows above wrists. Exhale, spread fingers wide like you're pulling the floor to you. Squeeze those triceps in. And then slowly lower your hips down.
Roll the shoulders back, legs long and strong as we inhale, slowly coming up. Lengthen that lower back. Exhale. As we come down, arms come back behind us, palms press down. Inhale, lengthen with the heart. Some of us, if we like, interlace the fingers behind, roll those shoulders back into Shalabhasana, locust pose. You can stay here pressing the feet down into the ground or squeeze the inner thighs together and lift. Again, we're not trying to stress out the low back here. We want to keep it as long as we can by lifting up through mid and upper or mobilizing. Take one more breath. Legs long and strong, glutes strong. Exhale, relax the arms. Turn your head to the other side. And relax your neck, hands under the head. Cleansing, nourishing breaths here. Let's bring the feet up towards the ceiling and gently windshield wipe those legs or those feet side to side a little bit. Loosen up the low back. From here, let's slide the right arm out to the side, left hand underneath you, under your shoulder. We're going to bend the left knee and bring that left foot all the way back behind us. So we're coming into a reverse twist here. So foot on the ground, left foot down, left knee pointing up. And then we're able to use this left leg and our footing here as leverage to either deepen our twist or back out of the twist. And the right ear, right shoulder resting in whatever way feels best for you here on the ground. Cleansing, nourishing breaths. Going back through center. Slowly back in. Ooh, and slowly bring the left arm out to the side, right hand underneath us. Bend the right knee. Again, we're bringing that right foot up and back behind us onto the ground. Left ear, left shoulder down. Right knee pointing up. Foot flat on the ground if possible. So again, here we're either leveraging to go deep into the twist or backing out. Find the support you need with the right hand and the right foot, right leg. Engage your glutes if you need to. Whatever's needed here for support. Cleansing, nourishing breaths. Filling and emptying fully and completely. And some audible breaths. Pause. Whatever sound naturally comes from you. Going back to center. Slowly from here, come onto your hands and knees. We're going to press into your palms. Up onto your knees, all fours. Now sliding the left arm under the right, left shoulder, left ear down onto your fingertips. And we're pushing those hips like we're trying to sink the belly down, push the hips up. So let your belly and your low back relax here completely and keep those hips square. From there, right arm can come back behind us. Pull that right shoulder towards the ground here. So the hips and shoulders are square. We're not doing a twist anymore. We are pulling that right shoulder, magnetizing it towards the earth, and you'll feel a big stretch through your left arm, left shoulder, and that internal rotation of the right shoulder. Longer, smoother breaths. Filling and emptying slowly and completely. All right, right hand down, pressing down into the hands. Come up. Let's do the same thing on the other side right away here. Right arm under, the left, right ear, right shoulder. Come onto your left fingertips again. Feel your hips square off by letting your belly and your lower back kind of sink towards the ground, and feel your hips. Try to make space through your waist. So both your right waist and your left waist are equally long. Left arm comes back behind us, internally rotating that shoulder. And then pull the left shoulder towards the ground now. So no more twists. We're pulling both shoulders down, pressing both hips up. Cleansing deep breaths. And this is also a really nice opportunity to practice kumbhaka, especially towards the latter end of the practice where there is a lot more of a pause. There's a longer pause and stillness at the top of the inhale and at the bottom of the exhale. So it's just a noticing of that moment of stillness, or that point of stillness. And you can even linger there a little bit longer if it's comfortable. Take one more breath here. All right, left hand comes down. Spread the fingers nice and wide. We're going to slowly come back up to downward facing dog, Adho Vishwanasana. And we're just going to finish up this other side. So really, again, plug into the earth. Root down to rise up. Protract those shoulder blades up towards your ears with those hips high away from the shoulders. And we're up on the tippy toes now. Left leg's coming up to the sky. Flex your left ankle so the toes and the pinky toe point down and the outer thigh rolls down. One more breath. Lengthen. Exhale, bend that left knee. Get even higher up on that thigh. Well, higher up on standing leg. Now press into both hands equally so both sides are really long, both waists. And then we're slowly lowering that right heel only as far as feels good towards the earth. Left knee is going to come up towards your left shoulder. Lift up as high as you can in your belly. Suck that pelvic floor in and out. And then bring that thigh to center, step forward. We're going to push off the back foot to warrior three. Push through that heel. Bend your left knee here. Push the heel away from your crown. Crown of the head pushes forward away from the heel, and lift your pelvic floor away from your thigh. Hands to the heart center. Find a little balance in warrior three. Breathe. And then bring the hands down. Right foot comes to meet the left. Uttanasana, forward fold. Let's do a nice little flutter through the lips here. Inhaling. Exhaling. You can shake your head side to side if you want to too. One more time. Let's bend into your knees. And however you can get down, sit down. So from here, bring your feet out in front of you. Wiggle your sits bones out from underneath you, apart. Toes up and back, root down to grow nice and tall. Staff pose. Press into the palms. Lengthen the spine, lift the heart center. Root down to reach back up as we inhale. Pull those toes back towards your head as we exhale. Paint out in front of you, bow, forward fold. Again, bending your knees here as much as you need to. And we're going to tuck the chin in as far as feels good. Deep cleansing, nourishing to your back body one last time. Filling and emptying slowly, completely, fully. Your breath has become so big and full. You're just permeating and radiating out your light, your true nature, your true self and being, which is this pure form of light and love. And all we need to get to this place is just that breath, that connection to spirit, that connection to our heart and soul, that connection to the universe and to the earth, to whatever your form of God is. God has no form, actually. So whatever that may mean to you, part of you, you're part of it. Slowly going to roll vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling down all the way. Turn your head slowly side to side, releasing. If you're like me right now and you want a heart opener, one last heart opener, you can bring your legs together. Excuse me, hands under your buttocks so the palms are flat on the ground. Spread your fingers wide. So your butt cheeks are literally resting on the backs of your hands or the tops of your hands. We're going to roll those shoulders all the way back one at a time. Pull, pull, pull. And then lift that sternum up to the sky. Let your head rest back. So you're maybe resting on the crown of the head. Or you're having to lift your sternum up and hold your neck strong. Whatever you need to do here, deep cleansing, nourishing breaths, expanding side to side, front and back, all the way down, all the way up. In your Lord of the Fishes pose, deep breaths here. One more breath. Tuck that chin all the way into your throat as you exhale. And then slowly come down. Take a moment here, just stay and breathe. And take the feet flat and remove the hands. Bring your feet as wide apart as the mat. Wiggle your butt cheeks apart. Windshield wipe your knees side to side. Just kind of loosen out your waist and your lower back here for a moment. Make sure you're fully comfortable and warm. Pull those butt cheeks apart some more and stretch your legs out as a few feet apart, arms down by your sides. If you felt any back tension there, you can also come back to that pose where we're resting the knees on each other for support with your feet flat, knees up. Or you could use a bolster under your knees. Anything that you might find useful and comfortable here. And then your left hand, I'm sorry, we're gonna just bring your arms down by your sides, a couple feet away from you, palms facing up towards the sky, and a gesture of being open to receive. And again, maybe just draw our attention to the third eye between the brows, allowing ourselves to be open to widening our lens and our perspective a little bit, or a lot, as much as you want, really. It's up to you. Loosening our grip a little bit with each breath a little more until we allow ourselves to fully surrender to our spirit and our heart and soul. The God and Goddess within that is connected to all that is. Surrender to yourself. Just be. Again, remembering that anything that arises, it's there for you to be seen and heard and loved by you. That's all that's needed. Just be. Turn off the mind. Just bring your attention back to sensations, back to your body, back to your breath. No judgment. Just listen and love whatever is coming up. Love it like your own child. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths. And lie here in stillness as long as you like. Or perhaps gently begin to turn your head slowly side to side, wiggling your fingertips and toes. Slowly bring the legs together, stretch your arms overhead, stretch your whole body if you like. Melt back into the earth if you like. Walk the feet back up onto the ground. And knees in towards your chest, wrap the arms around your legs and give yourself a nice hug. And then feel the whole length of your spine pressing from the back of your neck all the way down to your tailbone into the earth. And then roll onto your right side into a fetal position, right arm as a pillow under your head. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths here. Again, as we come back to this symbolic rebirth, let's remember from where we came. Back in the womb where we're fully held and supported and loved. And remembering that this is our true self and our true nature. It's always held and supported and loved. And where everything we need, we already have. Everything we need, we already have. And as we press into the left palm to rise, keep the eyes closed and our gaze inward as we find a nice, tall, and comfortable seat. Let's take a few moments. Observe and just be here and now. As you're ready, joining the hands together by our heart center and Anjali Mudra, our prayer. And lifting the heart slightly up towards the hands as we bow the head in towards the heart. Perhaps settling into an energy of gratitude as we observe our own natural capacity to heal, to balance, to harmonize and equalize. To be the one that we were looking for.
And sealing our practice and our intentions with that gratitude. And if you'll join me with a round of Om. So allowing ourselves here again to raise our voices and our vibrations, our frequency with that of the universe. Emptying slowly and completely out as you're ready. Inhaling as you're ready. Receive your next breath. Bowing humbly to the light and the teacher that dwells within each and every one. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.